My name's Sue Stretton. I'm Director and Manager of Healing Hands Network, which is a UK registered charity, and we deal with humanitarian aid, and our strapline is we assist those people that are affected by war and its aftermath. I've been with the charity several years now, probably 15 years. It was established in 1996 at the end of the Balkan War in Bosnia. As the Dayton Accord was signed and the peace treaty, and three women that were therapists had been watching it on television and went out to see what they could do. They just took their hands to see what they could do, and they were knocking on the hospital door and just people's houses, helping where they could. They saw the need and they came back and they recruited some of their friends to return and carry on this work, and we're still there 26 years later. The need has grown. It doesn't go away. It takes about 3 generations to work through a war such as happened in the Balkans. And we're now treating the people that were adult in the war, the survivors, women that lost husbands, sons, brothers and children, and also those children that were with the mothers during the war often found themselves in the concentration camps and rape camps, and these children saw awful atrocities, and they're now in their late 20s, 30s trying to bring up families of their own, and they have this huge trauma that they've brought with them. So it's still relevant today. We're still treating very much the same sort of traumas as we were in the early days. The women in Bosnia who lost husbands to the genocide, where they were executed and placed in mass graves, they don't get any help from the country, no pensions or anything, until they find the body and the proven murder. So there's an awful lot of women who've been living on charity for all these years. They haven't found their husband's remains yet, and they have no money. So, there's a lot of poverty, a lot of atrocities been witnessed and experienced, and we are still there helping them in our centre in Sarajevo. And we now have our own clinic in Bistrik, and we have our own house that our volunteer therapists live in, that we rent for 6 or 7 months of the year, and we send 2 therapists over every weekend and 2 come back. So we aim for a rolling 4, and each of those therapists give free treatments to these people. We deal with mainstream complementary therapies. They give their time and can do 60 to 70 treatments during the fortnight that they're there. And we found over time that our therapies really help these people. It's a cog in the wheel to their recovery, and we are the only humanitarian aid that's still there now. The difference in the people is amazing, and then year on year they're improving, so it's still worthwhile and it's still very relevant.